Hello, hello, Facebook family. This is Veronica Rosenfeld, CEO of You Rise Movement. When you clearly know who you are and what is very next for you, you rise to your greatness and step to your destiny. Today, I want to talk about clarity and strategic massive actions and how that makes you huge results in a matter of weeks. I help ambitious entrepreneurs and professionals just like you create drastic breakthrough in your finances, drastic breakthrough in your relationship, and drastic breakthrough in your life fulfillment. And I do it through clarity and energy work. So why is clarity? Very simple. Well, you are sitting somewhere, right? Or driving or whatever you're doing, you either going somewhere or you are already at your location and you know street number, city, and a zip code. You also know how to get there, right? You have a GPS and you have directions, and then your GPS says turn right, turn left, or make a U-turn, right? So in life, very often what happens, we don't have it. Very often what happens, we end up doubting ourselves and not sure. We end up driving 100 miles an hour, opposite direction, and wondering why we didn't get on time. Have you tried to be somewhere on time without directions or without an address or without address and direction? Very often in life, that's exactly how we roll. And of course, it doesn't allow us to get where we want to get. So how to achieve that? Very, very simple. Clarity is just create not only image in all aspects of your life, it's also allow you to have a feelings, knowing what kind of feelings you want. And why clarity saves hundreds of millions of dollars before it makes hundreds of millions of dollars is because how many people rebranding, constantly rebranding, or try one thing, then they try another thing, then they try another thing, then they try another thing. Well, if you clearly know what you're building, you're gonna be you can clarity of what you're building, and then you create strategy. Your GPS, right? Go right, go left. It's a strategy, and when you have strategy, then you can take a massive actions because you know that's how you get there. Very often when I meet people, they are thinking they want one thing, but they actually end up want something very different. And so when I'm able to help them to see what they really want, like I had a client, she has a marketing agency, and she's a sweetheart, a good friend of mine, and she helps everybody. But as we were strategizing, I helped her to see that her niche is a paid marketing. Then she was able to take strategy towards that. And now when you talk to her, that's all what she does. So she had a clear vision of what she's building, and she created strategy how to get there and start getting thousands of dollars, and basically her income go up. So my other client was in the middle of businesses, and as I was able to help them to see what business they are in, it's allowed them to see and move forward. And this person started building his company from scratch because he started understanding what things he likes. So it's very important to create that vision of what you're building, because most people businesses fail because their vision is not enough. Because you can't figure out your website if you don't know what you're building. You can't figure out your message if you don't know exactly what you're about. You need to understand what you're about, and you need to own it. And then the other piece is create that frequency of where you energetically show up. It doesn't matter where I show up. People say, what do you do? And if I show up in coaching circles, people are like, well, you're some sort of a healer. I can feel it from you. So make sure that you are showing up with that frequency and that energy. So what are the things that you can do? Make sure every morning that what I teach my clients is every morning I help them to have a vision of what they're becoming. So they have a ritual where every morning they have a ritual of what they're becoming. The other thing that they do, because they have that massive strategy, they can move forward, right? So it's a vision and a strategy. And then massive actions starts with clarity, because think about it. Are you gonna get somewhere faster if you know exactly how to get somewhere, or it's gonna be slower if you're not sure? So the more you know about your destination, the faster you get there, right? And the other piece of that, very often what happens, in order to get to where you want, and quote that I said today morning is, massive actions and clarity puts you in life exactly where good luck and chance of a lifetime could find you. And I'll share my personal story where in 2017 I wanted to be a speaker. I never been a speaker. You all can hear my accent, which got better since 2017, but it's still heavy, and I didn't know what speakers are, but that was a vision. I knew that it's part of my big picture, because of what I'm developing. I need to be on stages because I need to reach more people. So as I understood that about what I am and what I'm developing, it was the goal. And I started pursuing the goal. I started taking only trainings around speaking. I would not take marketing trainings. I would not take sales training. I would not take any other trainings. I would do one thing, because when you have a strategy, and being a business owner, very often we tend to go on tangents, and very often we tend to find shiny objects. What sets me apart and allows my clients to see there is no more shiny objects. They go one way, one way. Because you can't, think about it, if you're driving somewhere, you can't be in two locations at the same time. I mean, you could come to one and then go to another, but it's not going to be full experience if you're just going to fully dedicate your time to one location, right? So that's how that works. And with me, as I was pursuing that, and I've seen that, I ended up speaking in front of legends like Les Brown on the second largest cruise ship in the world, because I had a very clear vision and I did everything to get there. And when opportunity presented itself, I didn't look at the glamour of a cruise. I knew that that's my chance to become a speaker. So, and as scary as it was, I took chances on myself and I became a speaker, and I've been on many stages since then. So what I offer to you is just sit down and understand the clarity, understand the vision that you're building, and then create a strategy that works for you, that might be different from everybody else. And very often when you have a very unique vision, you have a very unique strategy. So if you're trying to get strategies that works for other people, not necessarily that works for you. Maybe you need to adjust and create it just for you. You know, if we driving somewhere, we can go on a freeway, but at some point we have to take streets to get to our houses, at least for me, right? And so when do you know? You know when to get out of this mess, someone else formula. When you have, the more unique vision you have, the more unique strategy you have, and it has to work for you. And when everything is clear, then things happen. And the other piece is, of course, energy. And the energy is, just because you know what you want and how to get there, you could have programming that says, well, you'll never become a speaker. Who are you to become a speaker? Or you've never done that before. You're too young, you're too old. And it manifests in different ways. If you're not good enough, it's gonna manifest as procrastination, if you're not good enough, it's gonna manifest as self-sabotage. And if you are it will manifest as a self-sabotage. If you're not worthy enough, it will manifest as procrastination, and so forth. And so all of those things needs to release and remove. And that's exactly what I do help my private clients. And if you are ready, if you're ready to move forward, if you're ready to invest in yourself, and if you're ready to go to the next level, which and get there so much quicker and faster, then I invite you to free clarity session with me. Just send me a private message and I'll be more than happy to talk to you. Sending you love, lights, and blessings. This is Veronica Rosenfeld, CEO of You Rise Movement. When you clearly know who you are and what is very next for you, you rise to your greatness and step to your destiny.